Hello and welcome to Court Vision's coverage of the 1-800-CAR-CASH Mid-Spring Nationals. It may not seem like spring to you at home in the Northeast, but it is springtime here in Court, and we are ready to go for 100 laps around the South Boston Speedway in beautiful South Boston, Virginia. David Damboise alongside Corey Stevens with the microphones tonight. Corey, 100 laps, and these guys had to work all the way through a heat race format to make it in the show tonight.
Dave, it's Saturday night short track fever on a Tuesday night. Can it get any better?
It's like we took Saturday and said, hey, come back a few days, and it did. Or come back in a few days, or whatnot. It's going to be very good. We got the trucks here. 16 trucks made the feature. 19 trucks showed up to try and make the feature. 3 trucks were sent home. So tonight, 16 of the best trucks in the CORT Super Truck Tour presented by Race Points Manager going at it tonight here on Court Vision. Special presentation, a part of the CORT Race Points Manager Race of the Week. Next week, our CORT Race Points Manager Race of the Week will be at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the running of the Vegas.com 300 for the CORT National Cup Series. And that is a 5 for 25 event, and that will be very exciting next week. But tonight, we got the CORT 1-800-CAR-CASH Mid-Spring Nationals here at South Boston. Tight quarters here at South Boston Speedway.
It really is. It's a 2-groove racetrack, and that's pushing it in certain places, mainly coming off the corners. So it's going to be real tight racing, real loose racing, trucks sliding around everywhere. Got to watch the gas. It's going to be a pretty exciting night.
As you're seeing here from the visuals that we do have here on the screen, it will be calamity at its finest. A lot of bumping and grinding, a lot of bumping and banging, and a lot of drivers will have to survive this 100-lap feature here at the South Boston Speedway. Final few laps of final practice. These guys will be turning sub 15, 16-second laps tonight, and it's going to be one heck of a show.
It really is. These guys are, it's amazing how fast these guys go around. Considering there's not much banking here, there is a little bit, but there's not much. And for these guys to be turning 14 sevens, 14 eights, 14 nines, that's flying around this place.
It's going to be great. We got 100 laps for a feature. Some drivers did not make the show, but tonight it should be a really, really good feature. Had 2 30-lap heat races leading into this event, and both ran caution-free, which is a good omen. And as I was saying to you, Corey, before we got on the air, this place could either be a really quick show or a really long night.
Yeah, it can. It's got the obviously short track feel to it. I don't think it's going to be caution-free for sure. We're going to see some leaning on each other, moving some guys out the way. Kind of saw a little bit of it in the one race I saw in which Kyle Young won. Ben Kilcrease was all over him, almost gave him the bump and run. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that tonight.
Should be a good one. Why don't we go ahead and run down the starting grid? Hopefully this is correct. Yeah, that is not correct. But as you see there, the front two, Kyle Young and Tim Silliman won their respective heat races. So those two will lead the field to the green flag. Ben Kilcrease will start second, or will start in the third position, waiting on seeing who would start on the outside of him. That behind him is actually going to be the... Oh, wait. Never mind. Hang on. We might be able to do this here. Let me check.
Yeah, you got Brett Black in fourth.
Yeah, there we go. Brett Black, Matt Harrington, Chris Sweat. Behind Chris Sweat is Trevor Vavrovsky, my bad. Julian Medor, Andrew Hayes, Stephen Taylor. That would be Chad Lance making his CORT debut. He is in the 23, and then behind him, Mike Husby with a tough run. Actually, both points leaders deep in the field. Kevin Bartelt, Joseph Cervone, Johnny Martin, and Johnny Eckert with the last two to make the show on time.
Dave, I tell you tonight, these front 4 guys, I didn't see much of Brett Black and Tim Silliman. I was in Kyle Young's race, as I alluded to earlier. Kyle Young and Ben Kilcrease, I think, are going to be 2 of the guys to watch. Obviously, Tim Silliman won his race. The guy to keep the eye on, though, is Ben Kilcrease. He didn't have much time to pass. I don't think he wanted to risk trying to get by Kyle Young in that one race. only because he knew he was locked in. Ben Kilcrease is the guy to watch tonight.
It's going to be really good. 100 laps around the South Boston Speedway in Virginia. It is the first time CORT runs heat races. This is the feature. 100 laps around this small oval. As the pace car makes a hard left turn, we are about to go racing. Here we go. Green flag in the air. We are underway from South Boston.
Kyle Young dives it into turn 1. Tim Silliman on the outside. He gets a good run coming off the corner, and he's going to dive down. He's going to take the lead. But Kyle Young trying to fight back. Not going to do it. Tim Silliman will lead lap 1.
Silliman will lead lap 1. Young trying to figure something out as the field tries to get single file behind him. You see them struggling. That's going to be something to watch for here tonight at South Boston, to see these guys try and get to the bottom as quick as possible. Silliman will lead lap 2.
Looking a little further back in the field, the closest two-wide battle is actually a few rows deep. Matt Harrington finally cleared Brett Black for the 4th spot. Looking a little further back, Chris Sweat, Trevor Vorowski, and we've got a caution.
Caution is out on the speedway. It is Joseph Cervone Racing Newspaper. Joseph Cervone near the outside wall. He was running 16th. Let's see if we can get a replay.
Looks like he goes down into 3 and just absolutely loses it. Like I said, these guys are sliding around a lot. It's going to happen tonight.
Take a look. These laps are a little bit even faster for the replay count. Got to get used to how long. And yeah, he just loses it off of 3. And that is going to be Joseph Cervone. That will be his caution. The caution rules do apply in this series like they normally do. So Cervone will have his first caution of the night. And there will be a competition caution at lap 50. The series, if you're new to the CORT RPM Truck Series, employs a halftime caution and also a end of the longest line rule to the driver who brings out the caution.
Now we're going to see, they only ran a few laps. Anybody going to come in, get fresh tires, play the strategy of that halftime caution? If you can get that chance to get fresher tires before that halftime caution, stay out during that halftime caution. Track position is going to be very key here, but it doesn't look like any of the guys did it.
So looking real quick at the top 5 right now, Silliman, Young, Kilcrease making his CORT debut as well. Harrington and Brett Black are your top 5 as we are on lap 6 of 100. And as you saw, that 5-lap run went by pretty quickly, as these starts will be double file as the field now gets doubled up. Silliman appears to be taking the high side on this restart,
which kind of surprises me. I know he got a real good run on Kyle Young on that first restart, took the lead from him, but that I would expect him to take the bottom because he seems like he's got a pretty good ride there.
Here we go. Ford Mustang pace car, hard left. There it goes, as we are going to be back green right away. Green flag is out. We're back underway here at South Boston.
Tim Silliman gets down into 1. Kyle Young giving a little bit more of a fight this time. They're dead even door-to-door coming off of 2, but Tim Silliman uses that big run. Kyle Young still fighting all the drivers back at the back of the pack up near the wall, but Tim Silliman's going to take the lead still.
And you got to keep in mind, for those of you who were there last Wednesday night in the CORT National Cup Series at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, these two have a little bit of a rivalry. Kyle Young was leading. Tim Silliman was trying to play chase, and Silliman ended up getting into Kyle Young, spinning him around, and ended up costing Kyle Young a good chance at winning his first CORT points-paying event. Now Young is trying to return the favor possibly tonight on Tim Silliman. We'll have to see if he does so.
And what better place to do it? Short track, truck series, under the lights. It's a good time to use a little bump and run magic. As it seems, most of the field's gotten single file. Everyone probably just going to try and log a few laps here, considering this is a 100-lap race tonight.
Yeah, it may not seem like a long race for us. We normally run 125 laps on short tracks, but when you figure these guys ran a 30-lap heat to make it into this event, it is a long event. It is a long race. And a lot of drivers were reporting that after 30 laps, consecutive laps at race pace, they were worn out, and both duels, or heats in this case, ran caution-free. So these two dual event, or these two heat fields are definitely worn out, and it's going to be coming down to endurance.
And it really is. This is kind of track that's going to wear your arms out as you're racing. It gets hard to turn this car, especially coming off the corners, and that's where it's going to wear your arms out. Less cautions, the more tired you are, more fatigued you are. The driver that doesn't get fatigued will be the one to obviously work his way to the front easier.
Just moving back a bit, Matt Harrington. Oh, Matt Harrington getting loose off of turn number 4. The 2 truck, the Hertz machine, trying to hang on. He's got his Ford Performance Racing teammate and Steven Taylor behind him, and the newcomer Traver Vavrovsky behind them, as that's a battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Yeah, Harrington's been sideways the last few laps, as well as Trevor. Trevor, I've seen him a few times where I could almost see the numbers on the side of his car through the corners. He's been a little sideways. Steven Taylor's starting to work his way up through as he gets
trouble
under
in the front of the
Harrington.
pack. It's Ben Kilcrease and Johnny Martin. An accident at the front of the pack with a lap vehicle brings out caution number 2 on the day.
That's a tough break there. Lap car looks like he just ran out of real estate. Ben had nowhere to go.
Right in front of the number 00, Ben Kilcrease, who is making his court debut, normally known for commentating some court events in the past, but Kilcrease involved here early. Was one of the favorites tonight.
Sorry to step on your toes there, Dave. The good thing for Ben now is aerodynamics isn't going to matter. He's going to be able to come in, get that truck fixed. He's going to be just as good as he once was. If not, it might help him a little bit. Sometimes you get the truck a little messed up at a place like this, you actually get faster.
Caution install or shows off with pit stops here as we are on lap 20 of 100. Drivers saying that their tires are shot. Here comes Silliman. Silliman will get out first, then Kyle Young, then Brett Black will come out third, as it appears as if Kilcrease is trying to fix some of that damage there.
Yeah, the front two, obviously no surprise. Kyle Young, Tim Silliman, they're the class of the field. Of course, when is Tim Silliman not the class of the field at a place like this? But it's going to be a good race.
Yeah, Mike Husby, we're showing him on the stream here. Husby is one of the drivers that elected to stay out to lead a lap, as that's very important here, as it is difficult to lead a lap here if track position is going to be key. So Husby, in the points battle, is going to lead a lap and get that extra bonus point.
Yeah, it's going to be a close points race tonight. Steven Taylor's trying to work his way up through the field, maintain that points lead. Husby's running about mid-pack right now, so it's going to be a little tough for these guys to try and gain points tonight. It's going to be who can stay here the longest, because this is a place that you can actually destroy your truck very fast.
Running on board with Tim Silliman, one of the few onboard cameras that we have in the field, as we ride under caution here on lap 22. And as I said, this race can finish rather quickly, as we are going to go back green this time.
Tim Silliman still likes to take that outside. Go through the running order here. Tim Silliman, your leader. Kyle Young will be second. Brett Black third. Trying to cycle through this. Matt Harrington fourth. And Julian Medor will round out your top 5. Look at Medor getting up there now.
That is Trade Paint's Top 5 presented by Trade Paints, the official paint scheme exchange of CORT. Here we go to the line. Green flag is out. We're back underway, almost a quarter of the way through the 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals here at South Boston. Here's Silliman. He's going to get the run off the corner, and Harrington now contending for the second spot.
Harrington's been quiet these opening laps, but now he's maybe wanting to muscle his way up there. He's still side by side with Kyle Young as Tim Silliman is starting to check out. Brett Black is also running all over the back of the bumper of Kyle Young.
Whoa!
Whoa! Boy, did Harrington get loose there.
Harrington has been loose a lot the past 25 laps or so, and that really almost was it for Kyle Young there, as now Harrington's way high in the field, and now he's going to start falling back as Chris Sweat is attempting to take the 4th position off of Matt Harrington. He's got a good run going in the Line X machine.
It looks like Chris Sweat will take over maintain the 5th spot now as Medor is trying to work on him. Looking low going into 3. Chris preferring that outside line, which is a little surprising. Only a few guys can do that. He seems to be one that feels more comfortable up there, but Julian is down low and looking to take over that 5th spot.
Door looking for it, and the unsponsored entry had HendrickCars.com on the side the last time we were on Court Vision, which was last week at Dover, and this week doesn't have any sponsorship on the side of that one. So that car or that truck still looking for sponsorship. You can contact Julian Medor if you are looking to sponsor that entry. Meanwhile, back at the front of the pack, Tim Silliman and Kyle Young seem to be the norm, but Brett Black is starting to reel himself into this battle.
He is sneaking up in there, but just taking a look back in the pack, Chris Sweat just got the wall pretty good coming off of 4. Hopefully that doesn't affect his vehicle too much, as the front 4 still have not changed. You still got Tim Silliman, Kyle Young, Brett Black, and Matt Harrington, who has finally seemed to have gotten control of his car.
Harrington running in the 4th spot, the Hertz Chevrolet, trying to make do with what he's got. But yeah, he has lost touch with the top 3. Top 3, you can run them pretty much under a blanket, and at this rate, we might see these guys start to catch up on lap traffic, even despite a 16 truck field. The smaller field that the CORT Super Truck Tour normally has. Despite that, it's going to be a race where they're going to need to worry about track position and worrying about lap traffic.
As we just saw, that first caution, lap trucks can be very key. You never know what can happen to any of them. So it could ruin your night very quick if you don't watch out, as Chris Sweat seems to have gotten the wall again a couple laps ago. So Chris having a little trouble handling that truck as he is starting to fall deep into the field.
Yeah, he's falling a bit further back. Steven Taylor and Ben Kilcrease behind him now. We have a battle for the 2nd spot now. Brett Black is all over the rear tailgate of Kyle Young now, as they are on lap 36 of this 100-lap feature event.
I'm very impressed with how Kyle Young is able to stay with Tim Silliman. I didn't see Tim Silliman race in the heat race, but I know once he gets out front, it's kind of hard to pass him wherever it is, whatever series it is. But Tim Silliman's not able to pull away. Kyle Young is staying right on the back bumper, and Brett Black, who kind of new to CORT, at least for me. I mean, I haven't been around as much as I used to, but he seems to be pretty fast as well wherever we run.
Brett Black has one career CORT victory that came last season at Iowa for the Cup Series. So Brett Black trying to add a CORT Super Truck Tour victory to his mantle, as he is running in the 3rd spot. He wants to get 2 better than that. And Matt Harrington has weaseled his way back into this 4th position here, as he has weaseled into this lead battle, as Kyle Young not quite ready to pull the trigger on Tim Silliman.
And Harrington, once again, he's finally kept that truck from getting sideways. Don't look now, though. Look at the 5th place truck, Julian Medor. He's starting to run these front 4 guys down. Let's see if he can get up here and maybe shuffle a few things around. Let's see what he's got for Tim Silliman.
Full field running behind the 55 of Silliman, not quite able to get by him at least. Silliman using the bottom lane effectively, as they know that this place is a lot like Martinsville. You can't really pass if you're on the outside.
Yeah, it's very hard to side by side maintain your position a little bit, but eventually you will get past, as the leaders are also coming up on lap traffic. They got Andrew Hayes right in front of them, so Tim Silliman's going to have to be on his toes here in a minute.
Andrew Hayes mainly preparing for the Indy 500K happening next Monday night on LSR TV, but is taking time out to run the 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals here tonight at South Boston, as Silliman attempts to still check out a bit on Kyle Young. And as you were saying, yes, Julian Medor has caught up to Matt Harrington, and now this might be a battle for the 4th position brewing in about 5 laps or so, which is conveniently when the halftime break is coming.
And maybe he's trying to get that track position as quick as he can, as he understands, look, each position is key. All these guys will be coming in for tires once this caution comes out, as there for a couple laps, all 5 of the guys kind of spread out a little bit. Now, maybe they realize only 4 laps until this break, kind of bunching it right back up.
Young got a little bit loose off of turn 2 that time. Silliman still is at the point. It is Silliman, Young, Black, Harrington, and Medor all within just a little over a second here at South Boston here. And nearing the halftime caution, the halftime break here in South Boston. This is a very exciting event, and it's flying by. We're almost at the halfway point here tonight in the 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals.
And looking through the field, Dave, almost all the guys just kind of settled in. I'm surprised to see that. All the guys settled in. Everyone's just kind of running right now. Maybe they realize, look, let's use the last half of this race. Let's really make it a heat race as, oh boy, Ben Kilcrease almost lost it coming off of 4. He was battling side by side. Trying to find out who that was.
That is
Chad
Stephen
Lance
Taylor.
And Stephen Taylor. And now Stephen Taylor.
Up the hill.
Goes up to the wall. Oh, man.
Guys battling hard for the halftime caution now. Kilcrease moves to the 7th position. At least halftime caution should be coming out here any minute now. They have taken lap 50. As now bump and run. Move Kyle Young to the lead as the caution comes out. We'll have to see if Tim Silliman was in the lead when that occurred. We'll check the replay here. Just missed it, didn't quite catch it, but it appears as if Tim Silliman is indeed your leader. So maybe Kyle Young sending Mr. Silliman a message there.
Now looking at the replay, it looks like Kyle Young does have the lead in front of Tim Silliman before the lights come out. But I guess they didn't hit one of the
timing loops.
Yeah, timing loops, because Tim Silliman will retain the lead, and all of these guys have been begging for fresh tires. They're all going to be coming to pit road.
Last time they pitted about lap 25. Here we go. Fresh tires for these drivers. We'll see if anyone tries 2 tires. Tim Silliman tried it last week at Dover. Didn't really pay off for him. Fell back late. Here comes Young. They're all taking 4. We'll see here. Young and Silliman. And Young will beat Silliman out of the pits. A big development here at the 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals. Kyle Young beats Tim Silliman out of the pits.
Well, that was a great pit stop by Kyle Young and his guys. He got in his pit box real good, got out of his pit box really good, beats him off pit road. Now, will Kyle Young take that outside line?
It's going to be interesting to see. The lower lane does not have the advantage going into the corner on the restart, and these straightaways so short here at South Boston. You're not on them for too long that it appears as if these guys are going to want to definitely jump to the bottom as soon as they can.
Yeah, and that getting to the bottom is key, but Tim Silliman's been so strong on that outside on restarts, mainly coming off of 2. He'll stay dead even with somebody through 1 and 2, but coming off 2, he just blows by the guy. So we'll see if Kyle Young maybe tries to take that away from him and do the same thing Tim Silliman's been beating him with.
There's the pit stop time at the top of the screen. That's how long the pit stops were. At 13.818 to a 14.252. Half a second is all it took. May as well be an eternity here on pit lane, especially at a short track, and that was all the difference. Kyle Young elects to take the bottom, so that will be very interesting to see how he handles this restart here on the bottom here at South Boston. Hey, you ready for the second half of this one? First half flew by.
Yeah, no kidding. I think we're going to see a pickup in intensity, a couple more cautions. Top 5 stayed the same, except obviously the lead change as pace car is rolling in. Kyle Young is going to bring it back to the green.
Here comes Young and Silliman. Green flag is out. Silliman trying to get to the bottom. Young closes the door, and now Silliman might fall back a bit. Here we go, down the back straightaway into turn number 3. It is Silliman and Young. We'll see who leads this one. And it's going to be Silliman. The top side works for Tim Silliman. He regains the lead.
Gosh, Tim Silliman's so strong on that outside on restarts. That kind of surprised me that Kyle didn't take the outside, but maybe he doesn't feel comfortable up there, which I understand. You get very, very loose up there, as these guys are all very loose on fresh tires.
Silliman, Young, Black, Harrington, and it appears as if Julie Medore is in the middle of a battle for the 5th spot, as he is trying to, actually it's for the 6th spot, my bad. Newcomer Chad Lance and newcomer Trevor Vavrovsky trying to take battle for the 6th spot.
Yeah, and I want to pronounce Trevor's last name, but I don't want to butcher it, so I'm just going to go ahead and let you know, Trevor. I'm trying not to butcher it. I'm just going to call you by Trevor. Makes a great pass, gets up into the 6th spot. Maybe he's got something for these guys. He's been kind of quiet the opening half of this race.
Lance trying to hold off Mike Husby, who is second in points, coming in on a night 6 back of Stephen Taylor. Taylor is running higher than Husby at the moment, so Taylor looks to gain points on Husby after tonight's event, and with only 3 races to go in this subseason, everything matters for that number 6 group.
Well, actually, no. Husby's in front of Stephen Taylor by 3 spots.
Oh.
So this will tighten the gap up a little more if we finish the way we are right now. As somebody got very loose going into 3. It looked like Julian Medor. He kind of stacks them up behind him.
Yeah, Medor and Vavrovsky battling for the 5th position, as now Medor not giving way to Vavrovsky. Vavrovsky battling hard in his CORT, in his official CORT debut. He ran the CORT 2.4 that ran before the season, and actually won the GT class in that race, and is looking to take it to these guys on the ovals just like he did on the road courses. Meanwhile, at the front, it is still Tim Silliman. Kyle Young 2nd, Brett Black 3rd, Matt Harrington 4th, and Vavrovsky runs 5th, as these guys battle it out with 35 when they get to the line, 34 laps to go.
This battle from pretty much 7th on back. It's tightening up big time. This is where the cautions usually happen. From Chad back to Husby, Kevin Bartel. Now Ben Kilcrease will look under Bartel. He wants that 9th spot. Looks like he's going to get it coming off of 4, but Kevin Bartel's not going to give up easy as
they touch, and Bartel gets shoved out of the inside groove. Bartel will fall back a bit, as now he's got to deal with Stephen Taylor, and that's his driver. Oh, trouble! Chad Lance is around in turn number 4. Caution is out for the 4th time today.
Something involving Mike Husby there. We'll have to go back and take a look at this.
Take a look as, no, he just gets loose, and then Husby has no choice but to turn him into the outside wall. Yeah, tough break for Chad Lance.
Drove it down way too deep into the corner and tried overcorrecting, and yeah, Husby had nowhere to go, which, tough break for Husby, but I don't think it did too much damage to him, and I don't think it did too much damage to Chad as well. The only problem with these guys is they've only got about 30 laps to try and get back up there.
Here we go with another pit stop round. Can Kyle Young's crew get Tim Silliman or beat Tim Silliman out of the pits? They had a half a second quicker pit stop. Silliman stopped short. Will that be the difference? Crews are at work here on pit road. Silliman takes 4. Young takes 4, but Brett Black takes 2.
3
Same with
guys
Matt Harrington and Julian Medora, and those 2 drivers who have been the class of the field all night choose to take 4, and they're going to be stuck in traffic.
Oh, and Kyle Young might have received a speeding penalty. He is down on the very bottom of the racetrack, letting all of the guys go by. Just like that, Kyle Young's night is through.
Even despite the number 1 pit stall for the 93, he's going to speed on pit lane. It's a very short pit lane, or pit road speed limit. It's only 35 miles an hour, but it can bite you so quickly. Now we have drivers who haven't pitted, drivers who took 2 tires, and drivers that took 4. The first driver that took 4 tires is Tim Silliman. He's going to restart in 7th. First driver that took 2 tires, it's Brett Black. He's going to start in 4th. And the first driver that stayed out is this man right here, Trevor Vavrovsky, who is going to chance his tires on this restart with 27 or 6 laps to go. This is going to be one heck of a restart.
And you mentioned Trevor, he is a road racer. Did you say correct?
Yes.
Look at him showing these guys up on the oval. He feels like if he can get up there, nobody's going to be able to pass him. But as I mentioned before the race started, Ben Kilcrease, keep an eye on this man. He was fast. He was very fast in that heat. We're going to see what they can do now as Trevor will take the outside. He's been taking notes from Tim Silliman. He's been watching Tim Silliman. He knows Tim Silliman's fast, and he's going to see what he can do on the outside.
Vavrovsky, Kilcrease, Hayes, Brett Black, the first car with 2 tires. Matt Harrington, Julian Madore, Tim Silliman, the first with 4. 27 laps to go in the 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals. Who's going to take it home? Here we go. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Vavrovsky with a great restart. He gets to the bottom right away.
Gets to the bottom. Brett Black is powering on the outside with those 2 tires. He wants to get up there and see what he's got for Trevor. He's the only guy up there with newer tires than the front 2 as we got a crash in the back.
Crash in the back of the field, and it's going to be Steven Taylor, the points leader.
We got another crash in turn 1 and 2.
Harrington and Kyle Young, and that one will bring out the caution. What happened here? Let's check the replay, and Harrington got loose, and Kyle Young had nowhere to go, and I think maybe out of frustration, Young slammed the accelerator right into the front of the number 2, and that is going to bring out our 5th caution of the night.
And Kyle Young very frustrated, as you can tell, but Harrington, we've seen he's been loose all night long, and it finally comes back to bite him.
So what I want to touch on, Steven Taylor, the points leader, had a issue there. He spun under the right before the caution. The caution did not come out. He was saved, luckily, by his teammate Matt Harrington losing the handle out of 4 and coming up into Kyle Young. But Taylor could have stood to lose all the ground on his points lead. Luckily, he got the caution that he needed, and he will remain on the 7th position. But man, oh man, that could have been bad for the points leader.
And lucky things like that can keep you in the points lead too. We're going to see if Steven Taylor can rebound with that. Well, we're going to have about 19 to go, so we're going to see if that can keep him from losing his points lead. But Mike Husby is 3 spots ahead of him still, so it's going to close the gap a little more.
We have 22. We're probably going to have 21 laps to go here on this caution. When we get the green flag, should be about 20 to go. And it's going to be one heck of a restart here at Sobo, as they call it. This thing has flown by, as you kind of expect here at South Boston. The feature event of the CORT 1-800 Car Cash Nationals, and this heat race format has been a success.
It really has. It brought some excitement. I watched one of the heat races, and now I was focused on the 8th and 9th spot finishers in that heat race, but it was exciting. And for the guys that were in the transfer spots up at the front, you could tell they didn't want to risk messing their cars up. Now they're in here, everyone's racing like, I don't want to say maniacs, but they realize, look, we've got nothing to lose now. We want to get up here and win, with the exception of Mike Husby, Steven Taylor, Kyle Young, who has all but destroyed his chances. So Trevor's going to bring him down to this restart. We're going to have about 22 to go. Let's see what we can do, Dave.
Interestingly, he picks the inside lane this time. He picked the outside the first time he had decision. Here we go to the green flag, 20 laps to go. Bobrovsky gets down right away, as he does. Black almost needs to jump, and now he's got the inside, and he has to duck out of the throttle, and that's going to bring Kilcrease right in here.
Boy, Brett Black tried to pull that crossover move, couldn't. But now look at Julian Madore. He is powered on the outside. He's taken over the 3rd spot. He's looking on the outside of Brett Black now for 2nd.
Can he make it run off of 2? He's got the run off of 2. Can he complete the pass? Meanwhile, Vavrovsky starts to check out a bit. Kilcrease remains in 4th. Mike Husby, the points are, there's a spin in the back of the field. Caution is out. It's Kevin Bartel. Kevin Bartel and Johnny Martin bring out the 6th caution tonight in this 100-lap feature event.
And that was just a wad of cars coming off of, or going into 3 here. Bartel was under Tim Silliman there, got loose, and Johnny Martin had nowhere to go, so just a tough break for both those drivers.
And all these cautions are helping Trevor Vavrovsky. They are quickly, almost frantically, eating up laps in this final event. We do not have green-white checkers in the CORT, or any CORT series for that matter. So this is crucial that these guys stay green, especially if Brett Black wants a chance to win this thing.
And Brett Black, he was feeling some pressure before from Julian Madore. Julian Madore also got caught by that exact timing line that we just discussed earlier between Tim Silliman and Kyle Young, Julian Medor was well ahead of Brett Black when the caution came out. But the timing line gave Brett Black the second place. So that's going to be key. Let's see what Julian can do on this restart. He's the only driver I've seen to really make runs on the outside. And now he's pressuring Brett Black and now Trevor.
So your top 5 again. It is Trevor Vavrovsky, Brett Black, Julian Medor, Ben Kilcrease, Mike Husby. Your top 5 here, with going to be about 13 laps to go for the restart. Hopefully they're 13 green laps, but then again, you know, we have seen stranger things happen in the CORT Super Truck Tour, presented by Race Points Manager. Hey, real quick, this series, I believe they have next week off, and then in 2 weeks, I believe they're at the Milwaukee Mile. So that will be very interesting. A little bit of a bigger racetrack, a 1 mile oval up in Wisconsin, and that is a combination date with the CORT Training Paints Championship Series.
Be a nice little double header up there in the Cheese State. See who can do what up there, as we're doubling them up back for the restart. We're going to be coming to get 11 to go, 12 to go, excuse me.
12 to go.
12 to go. Trevor's your leader with Brett Black on the outside. Julian Medor is 3rd. Ben Kilcrease 4th. Your second place points. Mike Husby, he's going to be 5th. As we're rolling through 3 and 4, pace cars coming in. Dave.
Stephen Taylor, the points leader, running 8th. For those of you who are keeping track of that points lead. Here we go. Pace car off. Here we go to the green. And Black gets a great restart. Black will slide up in front of Vavrovsky. He will take the point.
Brett Black, what a restart. Blows by Trevor. Now he's got the first car. Trevor
lays Trevor. The bumper to Brett Black here with 12 laps to go, and the caution is out again. Tim Silliman, the man who dominated early on tonight, is around in the bat on turn number 3. 7th caution.
Oh my.
And he got help.
Yes, and with the rule of who calls the caution gets the EOLL, well, it's your points leader, Stephen Taylor.
And now this is bad for a few fronts. It's going to be bad for Stephen Taylor. He's going to go to the back of the line. It's bad for Trevor Vavrovsky, who after a slow restart is going to have to deal with these caution laps, and he sees his chances of winning this event go slimmer and slimmer. Meanwhile, Brett Black is loving this. The California-based driver is currently in the lead of the first and biggest heat race event in CORT history with 10 laps to go.
And Brett Black, he's finished second a couple times since I've seen him racing at CORT. Mainly the one I saw him, he battling John Dragonetti at Texas, I believe. So he's looking pretty good to try and get this win right here. Trevor, I don't think he's going to go away quickly, but again, keep an eye on Julian. He's actually going to restart on the outside. And with the way Trevor's been getting to the bottom, if Julian can make a couple passes real quick, who knows, Julian might can get up there and put the bumper to somebody and try and get the win. Ben Kilcrease, he hasn't given up yet. He's still running 3rd after being involved in the earlier accident.
That's right, Kilcrease. You said right at the top of the program, that's somebody that you should watch out for. And real quick, the Brett Black John Dragonetti battle that you're referring to was the ASRA at Texas a few weeks ago. That was quite a battle in between those two, and Brett Black actually was not able to get by the new father, John Dragonetti. Not here tonight, but we sent our best to him and young John Brennan Dragonetti, brand new in the world, less than a week old. And we send our best. CORT Vision, welcome to the world for the little Dragonetti. 1 to go. Here we go. Black will take the inside line. Vavrovsky will restart 2nd on the outside. Brett Black will take the inside. Ben Kilcrease, Julian Medor, row 2. And the 2nd place man in points, who still stands a really good chance of taking the points lead out of tonight, Mike Husby in the 5th spot.
Pace cars in. Brett Black can see the starter stand. He's going to get the green flag coming out of 4. And here we go. They get about a dead even start. Trevor dives it into 1 and 2. Brett Black gets a little loose. They're going to be door to door coming off 2.
Here comes Vavrovsky. He's trying to clear him. He will clear him. But will he get to the bottom? He will. Vavrovsky will take the lead late in the going here at Sobo.
Wow, what a restart, but look who is second now. Look who is battling door to door with Brett Black. He's going to take over the second spot, and that man is Julian Medor. He sets his sights on the leader, Trevor, with 4 laps to go.
Bobrovsky is now facing pressure from Julian Medor as the whole field behind them starts to stack themselves up. Medor trying to reel in Bobrovsky. This is the battle for the lead. This is the battle for the 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals.
Crash in the back.
We got a crash in the back. We stay green. Right now we stay green. This could be to the caution. Here comes Bobrovsky and Medor. They battle here. Medor trying to reel in Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky has been running really good lap times. He is holding off Medor, but Medor trying desperately to climb the lead. He's only got about 30 seconds to go.
Julian Medor trying to dig it in there. He's got 2 tires. Trevor does not. Trevor made a huge risk taking no tires, and it seems it's going to pay off. He's going to take the white flag coming off of 2 now. He's going to dive it into 3. Trevor's got 2 corners to do it.
Trevor Bobrovsky, what a debut in court. He's going to take the 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals. Julian Medor second, Brett Black third, Andrew Hayes fourth, Kyle Young fifth.
What a run by all of those guys there. Wow, just a great finish there as we had a pretty big accident coming across the line back in the back.
Take a look as Kilcrease and Taylor and Silliman. I don't know if that's something in retribution or whatnot, but those 2 go around again. Let's see if we can catch the replay again.
Yeah, that definitely looked intentional to me there, Dave. He definitely wanted to take his frustration out on Steven Taylor right there as they're coming to the line. He just hooked dead right.
Tough trucks, tough racing, tough battles. That's what you get in the CORT Super Truck Series presented by Race Points Manager. We'll be right back with the final results and our final views, but right now, Trevor Bobrovsky, in his first CORT Super Truck Tour event, will win the CORT 1-800 Super Truck Nationals, and he is going to take the victory and celebrate all the way back home. We'll be back with more CORT Super Truck action. All right, and welcome back to our coverage of the CORT iRacing.com, whatever you want to call it, the CORT Super Truck Series presented by Race Points Manager, the Race Points Manager Super Truck Series, tonight here at the South Boston Raceway in beautiful South Boston, Virginia. But tonight, Trevor Bobrovsky came home with the victory. We'll try and get a hold of Trevor before the end of the broadcast, before we get off the air, but in the meantime, we will catch up with the second place man in the event tonight. Julian Medor came home second, just wasn't quite able to reel in Bobrovsky. Corey, you're down there with Julian right now.
Julian, you stayed quiet most of the first part of the race there, but boy, you really worked your way up there. Definitely had some strong runs on the outside. You're the only driver I saw make clean passes on the outside. How was the truck tonight?
It was great once I put 2 tires on it on that last pit stop. I found it really kind of equalized the car and made it more controllable. Was really actually surprised though that it worked so well. It was really awesome getting that thing hooked up on the high side.
Now, I saw you were trying to run the bottom, trying to catch Trevor, but just couldn't do it. I know you wanted more laps. Did you think about jumping up to the outside and try and use the outside to run him down, or did you just know the bottom was the fastest way around?
I think trying to get down to the bottom and diamonding was the fastest way around when you weren't side by side. But once you got side by side with someone, it seemed like the high side rolled out. Just the bottom just got too tight off the corners.
Gotcha, gotcha. So what was your plan tonight? You were, I don't want to say non-existent to start the race, but you were definitely in the back, just kind of logging laps. Out of nowhere, you change your pit strategy and you're running up in the top five, trying to get ready for the finish here. What was your strategy?
I'm just trying to get used to the cars again and let the cars kind of help dictate the race. I kind of use the trucks as a way to gauge what I can do in the Cup Series. So I learned a few things tonight. Maybe I don't need to run as hard as I do for 100% of the time to keep the car going and get a good finish. Um, Second place kind of sucks, but I'm learning something's a win in its own right. So
I hear you there. Now, we're Super Truck Series is off next week, but we will be in Wisconsin in 2 weeks. Will you be racing at the Milwaukee Mile?
it depends on my schedule.
Well, there is your second place finisher, Julian Medor. You have anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Just to give a shout out to everybody that helps out around here. It's what I like to do whenever I get an interview. Guys like you for helping out tonight, Dave for doing everything that he does, especially given everything that's going on. Chris for running this series, and Kevin for helping out, and Hayes for helping run everything around here too, and John who's missed the night, his newborn. Just everybody that helps out around here. Without him, we wouldn't be running here tonight. So
Well, there's your second place finisher, Julian Medor. And David has caught up with our 15th place finisher, Chris Sweat.
Yeah, I've caught up with Chris Sweat, but I mainly just want to bring up Chris Sweat to let him know one heck of a job tonight. Great job maintaining everything, Chris. Job well done tonight.
Are you not entertained? I mean, seriously, that couldn't have gone off any better.
Yeah, that was quite an entertaining thing. Chris, do you think we could see this format, this heat race format, at later events, possibly even in the Blue Tour later this season?
Oh, definitely. I mean, this was definitely a kind of a test run, so to speak. We went in blind, not really knowing what to expect, and I think it went off without a hitch, and we're definitely going to be looking for future seasons.
All right, and Chris, again, great job running the show. Who you got to thank for this?
Thank you guys for putting on broadcasting for us. I mean, you guys did a great job too. Thank everybody for coming out. 1-800 Car Cash for coming on board as a title sponsor, and thanks to all the drivers for putting on a heck of a show.
All right, thank you, Chris. Appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing what could possibly be the start of something big for the Championship Online Racing Team's Super Truck division. Maybe something giving it a bit more character of its own. Some heat races, possibly in the future for this series.
You never know.
Could be. Never know. Never know. All righty, I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Corey Stevens. Corey, your final thoughts here tonight.
I think the races need to stay. It added a little flavor to the Super Truck Series. It really made the racing exciting. Nice short track Saturday night feel to it. And congratulations to Trevor on his first CORT win. Very impressive.
All right, my final words are this. I really like the heat race format. Might need to tool a few things, maybe the start times, make sure everybody's here on time. But other than that, one heck of a show. And it's been one heck of a show. Corey, you got one last mention you want to mention here?
Yeah, I just want to say congratulations to John Dragonetti on his new kid. I haven't been able to really say anything about it, but congratulations to him. Glad it was a healthy baby, and wish all the best for him and his girl.
Absolutely. So I echo what he said. I know I made mention of it yesterday on the 500K broadcast, but yeah, I definitely echo what my colleague Corey Stevens says here. Corey, it's been a pleasure. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Again, whenever we can.
Again.
Whether I'm racing or not, I'll even be the pit race reporter. I'll be the
Oh
guy.
no, we would never lower you to that level. We put the squeakers at that point.
But no, looking forward to it.
But yeah, thank you very much, Corey. Thank you, Chris Sweat. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This has been your Court 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals, and Trevor Vovrosky, the rookie in Court, only making his second ever Court start, his first in an actual points event, and he takes home the victory here at South Boston. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week with the Court National Cup Series at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, the Vegas.com 300. That will be a part of the 5 for 25, so be sure to tune in. So for Corey Stevens, Chris Sweat, and the rest of the group here, we'd like to thank you for watching. Again, Trevor Vovrosky, your winner of the Court 1-800 Car Cash Mid-Spring Nationals. So long, everybody. We'll be back next Wednesday.